Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. Devotees observing full Pati today. This day is dedicated to Goddess Saraswati. Coronavirus claims 21 more lives across the country. Number of infection rises to 148,000. Hospitals facing scarcity of ventilators. BP Koirala Institute has dysfunctional ventilators. Putin says Russia-China military alliance can't be ruled out. Ties between the two nations deepening. And all three English clubs win their opening matches of the Europa League. Italian club Napoli lose to Dutch side AZ Alkmaar. And now the news in detail. Today is the 7th day of Bada Dasai festival. This day is celebrated by worshipping Goddess Saraswati, who is the embodiment of knowledge and one of the forms of supreme power. A report.
It is believed that Goddess Bhavani took the form of Goddess Saraswati on this day to end ignorance through knowledge. Worshipping Goddess Saraswati is believed to remove all the obstacles that cloud the judgment of the devotees. The blessings of Goddess Saraswati is vital for all devotees because it is not possible to attain liberation without knowledge. She bestows knowledge and ability to judge in a fair manner. Goddess Saraswati is worshipped in spring and autumn seasons. Devotees especially worship Goddess Saraswati in autumn to attain power through the means of knowledge. She is offered with white flowers by the devotees in the morning, while they collect 9 different flowers in the evening at the altar in every home. Therefore, this day is also known as Fulpati, a name which derives from flowers. As per the tradition, the 9 different varieties of flowers brought from Gorkha Darbar is kept at Dasai Ghar in the capital on this day. 6 priests of the Magar community carry the flowers from Gorkha to Kathmandu via Dhading. The auspicious flowers and the priest are greeted with gun salute by the Nepalese army at the army pavilion in Turikhel before the flowers are taken into Dasai Ghar. Public holidays of Dasai begins from this day onward. By this day, most of the people leave the capital to celebrate the festival at their hometowns, which leaves the streets of Kathmandu deserted. This year, commuters are facing problems to return home because of less number of vehicles due to coronavirus.
Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has met with the chief of India's spy agency, Samat Kumar Goyal. Prime Minister Oli's press advisor, Surya Thapa, confirmed in a press statement issued yesterday that Oli met with the chief of the Research and Analysis Wing of India. According to the statement, PM Oli met with Goyal at his official residence in Balwatar on Wednesday. During the meeting, PM Oli and Goyal discussed about resolving contentious issues between the two countries through dialogue. The statement further says both of them also pledged not to let the tensions between the two neighboring countries escalate. Thapa added that the two sides have agreed to continue cooperation. A 9-member delegation led by Goyal, which also included Arun Jain, had visited Balwatar on Wednesday. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba, who is the leader of the main opposition party, has requested the government to treat COVID-infected patients free of cost. Releasing a statement yesterday, NC President Deuba has termed the government's latest decision not to provide free of cost treatment as condemnable and shameful. The government earlier this week declared that public should pay for the testing and treatment of COVID-19 from their own pockets. Deuba has also demanded the government to immediately withdraw such decision. In his statement, Deuba has demanded the government to take full responsibility of testing the citizens and treatment of infected patients without any discrimination, precondition and free of cost. The statement has alleged the government of failing to work as guardians of the citizens. Right to health and free access to basic health care facilities have been guaranteed by the Constitution of Nepal, which cannot be undermined by the government, President Deuba added. The government has confirmed 3,637 new cases of coronavirus across the country during the latest rounds of tests. According to the Health Ministry, Kathmandu Valley alone reported 1,552 new cases. Within the valley, 1,283 cases were reported in Kathmandu district, while Bhaktapur and Lalitpur reported 112 and 157 cases respectively. The Ministry of Health and Population informed that the total caseload of coronavirus in the country has now climbed to 148,509. So far, 102,820 patients have recovered from the disease, while the number of active cases is 44,877. Meanwhile, the death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 812 across the country. The ministry yesterday confirmed the deaths of 21 more people due to coronavirus. Nepal is currently among the top 34 countries most affected by the pandemic. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. The government has accepted a concessional loan of $200 million or about 24 billion rupees as budgetary assistance from the World Bank Group's International Development Agency. Spokesperson of the government, Minister Parvat Gurung, informed that the government accepted the concessional loan with the confirmation that the money will be spent in various development projects. Speaking at a press conference held at the ministry on Thursday to announce the decision of the cabinet meeting made on 20th October, Minister Gurung said that the assistance was approved on the recommendation of the Ministry of Finance. The meeting has approved the Directive 2077 to purchase and manage paddy at the minimum support on the proposal of the Ministry of Agriculture.
कृषि तथा पशुपक्षी विकास मन्त्रालयको प्रस्तावमा न्यूनतम समर्थन मूल्यमा धान खरिद र व्यवस्थापन गर्ने निर्देशिका 2077 स्वीकृत गर्ने निर्णय गरेको छ।
The government has also approved the proposal of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supplies to allow foreign workers to be brought in the production sector in Nepal by fulfilling certain specific criteria for work that is not possible by Nepali manpower and workers.
नेपालमा सञ्चालित उद्योगहरू म्यानुफ्याक्चरिङ उत्पादनमूलक उद्योगहरूको नेपाली जनशक्ति र नेपाली श्रमिकहरूबाट सम्भव नभएमा विदेशी श्रमिकहरू उपलब्ध गर्नको निम्ति प्रस्ताव थियो।
The cabinet meeting has also taken the decision to appoint Ashish Gajurel of Sinduli to the position of Executive Director of Nepal Intermodal Transport Development Committee. Similarly, the meeting also decided to give approval to submit the statute of the International Labour Organization to the Federal Parliament for approval. With the rise in coronavirus infection across the country, the number of active cases have also escalated. This has led to scarcity of ventilators in hospitals and increased the risk of COVID-19 related deaths. A report.
Scarcity of ventilators at Dharan-based BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences has led to deaths of many COVID-infected patients. A separate COVID-19 hospital has been constructed within the premises of the institute, consisting of 100 isolation beds and 10 ventilators. Most of the ventilators have been dysfunctional within 4 months of operation, adding to the risk of more corona-related deaths.
के अरे हाम्रो यो अहिले तुरुन्तको के अरे भेन्टिलेटरमा राख्नुपर्ने अवस्था आएको छ। भेन्टिलेटरमा राख्ने हामीसँग यहाँ छैन सामान, हामीसँग त्यस्तो भेन्टिलेटर छैन, अहिले उपलब्ध छैन। त्यो कारणले गर्दा तपाईँले विराटनगर लाँदा राम्रो हुन्छ भने विराटनगर कहाँ लान्छ भन्दाखेरि हामी नोबेलमा त्यहाँनिर भेन्टिलेटर छ, आइसोलेसन सबै त्यहाँ खाली छ, त्यहाँ लाँदा राम्रो हुन्छ भनेर हामीले त्यो अनुसारले हामीले उता विराटनगर सिफ्ट गर्यौँ।
The hospital has now started referring COVID-19 patients to other hospitals, citing lack of ventilators. Most of the critically ill patients that could have been saved have died in search of ventilators. Out of 9 ventilators set up in the COVID-19 hospital, only 2 ventilators have remained functional, the institute informed.
कोभिड हस्पिटलमा हामीले 9वटा भेन्टिलेटर किनेका थियौँ र त्यसमा 2वटा फङ्सनिङ थियो। अहिले 3-4वटा फेरि बनाएको छ र म एकदमै आश्वस्त छु यो 2 दिनभित्र यो सबै भेन्टिलेटर बनेर त्यहाँ हामी राख्न सफल हुनेछौँ।
More deaths of COVID-19 infected patients would be unavoidable if all 3 tiers of the government do not form strategies to deal with the infection and repair ventilators, the locals have added. The locals have also demanded a prompt investigation of the Institute's office bearers, as they have created more chaos instead of containing the infection and saving patients' lives.
The government has directed all cable TV service providers to broadcast foreign advertisement-free channels. Minister for Communications and Information Technology, Parbat Gurung, has requested to broadcast foreign channels with clean feed from October 23rd in a press meet organized to make public the decision of the cabinet at Singadarbar on Thursday. As the deadline for the implementation of the Advertising Regulation Act 2076 in Nepal is still October 22, 2077. Minister Gurung has requested to fully implement clean feed from the very date. The Advertising Regulation Act was to be enacted on October 24, 2019, as there is a provision in the Act that clean feed will be implemented after exactly 1 year. Clean feed without advertisement will have to be aired on foreign channels by October 23, 2020. Minister Gurung also clarified that the Advertising Board will monitor the implementation of the clean feed. Minister Gurung also warned the broadcasters will be penalized if they do not implement clean feed from October 24th onwards. And now the news from the economic front. Nepal Rashtra Bank has released a variant of the Rs 20 notes in the market. The new notes will be of regular size, color and with a picture of swamp deer and has come in operation from Thursday, informed the Department of Currency Management. According to the department, on the left side of the front of the note, there is a picture of the Mount Everest, while on the right, there is a watermark of the rhododendron. The signature of the then governor, Dr. Chiranjeevi Nepal, is on the middle center, and at the bottom is the serial number with the year 2076 BS written next to it. On the back of the note is in the center are the words Nepal Rashtra Bank printed on top of the picture of a swamp deer. The serial number and the year 2020 is printed on the bottom. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Russian President Vladimir Putin said yesterday there is no need for a Russia-China military alliance now, but noted it could be forged in the future. According to AP, Putin's statement signaled deepening ties between Moscow and Beijing amid growing tensions in their relations with the United States. The Russian leader also made a strong call for extending the last remaining arms control pact between Moscow and Washington. Asked during a video conference with international foreign policy experts on Thursday whether a military union between Moscow and Beijing was possible, Putin replied that we don't need it, but theoretically it's quite possible to imagine it. Russia and China have hailed their strategic partnership, but so far rejected any talk about the possibility of their forming a military alliance. Putin pointed to the war games that the armed forces of China and Russia held as a signal of the country's burgeoning military cooperation. Putin also noted that Russia has shared sensitive military technologies that helped significantly boost China's military potential, but didn't mention any specifics, saying the information was sensitive. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The UEFA Europa League's 2020 edition kicked off yesterday with all three English clubs winning their opening fixtures. Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspurs both won their matches by a scoreline of 3-0. Leicester defeated Ukrainian club Zorya Luhansk with goals from James Maddison, Harvey Barnes and Kelechi Iheanacho. Spurs defeated Austrian club Lask with goals from the informed Korean Song Hyun-min, Brazilian Lucas Moura and an own goal. North London rivals Arsenal defeated Rapid Wien by 2-1 with David Luiz and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scoring for Arsenal. In the shock result of the day, Dutch side AZ Alkmaar defeated Italian giants Napoli by a solitary goal. The Dutch side had to play the match with 13 players ruled out because of positive coronavirus tests, but managed to pull off the upset by beating the Italian side. Another Italian side, AC Milan, defeated Scottish side Celtic by 3-1, while their Scottish rivals Rangers won the match by 2-0. The Europa League is considered as the less lucrative version of UEFA's major European competition, the Champions League. Sunrisers Hyderabad defeated Rajasthan Royals by 8 wickets in the 40th match of the Indian Premier League. The Sunrisers won the toss and decided to bowl first at the Dubai International Stadium. Put into bat, the Rajasthan innings never got going, with only Ben Stokes and Sanju Samson scoring 30s. A 7-ball 16 from Jofra Archer in the final few overs helped the Royals to a decent total of 154. In reply, the Sunrisers lost 2 early wickets, with David Warner and Johnny Bairstow both getting out to the pace bowling of Archer. However, the innings was steadied by man of the match Manish Pandey, who scored 83 runs in 47 balls. He was well complemented in the match-winning partnership by Vijay Shankar, who scored 52 of 51 balls. The Sunrisers eventually won the match in the 19th over by 8 wickets. Today, Mumbai Indians will look to regain their hold on the top of the table by defeating Chennai Super Kings. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Devotees observing Fulpati today. This day is dedicated to Goddess Saraswati. Coronavirus claims 21 more lives across the country. Number of infection rises to 148,000. Hospitals facing scarcity of ventilators. BP Koirala Institute has dysfunctional ventilators. Putin says Russia-China military alliance can't be ruled out. Ties between the two nations deepening. And all three English clubs win their opening matches of the Europa League. Italian club Napoli lose to Dutch side AZ Alkmaar. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.